What he decided to do is what he would do when he would write the letter to his cousin to say, hey, we're having a little summer party. Come on down. I want you to enjoy this. He was like, no, I don't want to come to the South because of all the slavery issues. But he sent him a picture of a beautiful little girl who was 15 years old. And he said, I'm coming to Carrollton. He came here and he married her. It was a little cottage that set up on top of this hill. And when he became the doctor of Carrollton, he said, I want to tear that down and build my house. So he built Stanhope.
Oh my.
I have never had one complaint. I have never had one bad review. It's all word of mouth. And every single person that visits this home goes, God, I love this town. This town is so awesome. The people are awesome. And you know, and it's true. It's just everybody's your family here. Everybody's your neighbor here. And I had this couple that lived in they live in Madison, but they were from England or something. No, wait. Yeah, England. They, both of them were like models. I mean, both of them are beautiful. Husband and wife. They moved to Madison and opened up a realtor company there. I wish I knew their names so I could tell you who they are. They're beautiful. Well, they knew nothing about Stanhope, but somebody that works with them gave them a gift certificate to Stanhope for the weekend to come and stay. They got a lot of money. And they got here and they were having breakfast out by the pool. They wanted breakfast. I give my guests a choice. Do you want breakfast in bed? Do you want get breakfast in the dining room? Or do you want breakfast out by the pool? Well, they wanted breakfast by the pool in their little robes, you know, and had their mimosas. And I walked out there and I served them their breakfast. And they said, sit down. All my guests want me to sit down and talk to them.
I know.
So I sat down, I talked to him, had my coffee, and he said, look, he said, my wife and I were talking last night. He said, I think you had gone to bed, but we took a stroll through Carrollton, and he said, if you don't mind me saying this, I took your golf cart. And I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. So they just took my golf cart and kind of wandered around Carrollton, you know, and did their thing. And he said, I told my wife I wanted to share this with you today before we leave. And I said, what? I thought, okay, well, is this going to be a business deal? And I said, what is it? He said, I don't think you have any idea that you are sitting on a gold mine up here on top of this hill. You don't market. You don't have a website. You're not getting your name out there. We had no idea you existed. He said, man, you're sitting on a gold mine. If you would open it, you can't just open it 2 days a week. He said, man, this thing is too grand to just have it open 2 days a week. Unless you've got the money to where you can say, well, this is what I want to do. I just want to open it, and that's how I did. I mean, I have a full-time job. I couldn't devote my life 7 days a week to this place.
Here, and he donated this land and paid for the Episcopal Church to be built. This is the Episcopal Church that Dr. Stansberry. We have the United Methodist, the Presbyterian, the Episcopalian, and then the Baptist.
Holy cow! I didn't
Also
hear you say.
became Senator of Mississippi. No. It is exactly 56 years old.
It's your age. You
We had women in Carrollton who have now deceased, but they were the town historians. Back in my age group, they planted a tree on the day of the birth for every child in Carrollton. And as we grew up, the Miss Marshall sisters would tell us, you know, that's your tree, you've got to take care of it, blah, 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 blah. So that's the 1870. It says 1890, but it was established in 1870 by a company out of St. Louis. Now, I lived here. This is my home. My dad was the first deputy sheriff and jailer of Carrollton. When I was growing up, we all ate garden food. And Daddy would take all the prisoners, put them in the back of the pickup truck, take them out to the fields, and they'd work the fields. And the prisoners loved it because it was their time to get outside and exercise. And they'd say, man, we used to just break the law so we could get locked up and get us a free good old-fashioned breakfast in the morning. Yeah, this couple that lives here that redid their house. Station with all the trade going on. lot of businessmen who came to Carrollton wanted to stay overnight, so they built the Carrollton Hotel. Now this is the Masonic Lodge. The Masonic Lodge, there's not a lot of them left in the United States.
Yeah.
But this is one of the first, not this pilgrimage, but next pilgrimage, there's one Indian reservation that has a Masonic Lodge, and they're all coming to the pilgrimage in their full Indian garb to meet our Masonic. Built in 1837. Tommy,
Gorgeous.
isn't it beautiful? Tommy Goodman, who is an architect, he came in and bought it and renovated it. His wife is a retired, he's real artistic. Moved here several years ago and renovated it, and now they're enjoying small town life. This was built in.
Oh, that's your last name.
Well, actually, the lady who lived there had a collection of antique dolls, and everybody just called her the Doll Woman.
Oh.
And so when she had her home christened, her family said, "Well, Mama, you should just call it the Dollhouse," and so she did. So it was christened in 1901 as the Dollhouse. Called Winston Hall, built in 1841. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful home here.
Yeah. Is this the Bingham house?
This is the Bingham House. No, the Bingham House is up
okay.
there. This was the senator's house.
Is it open or a joke?
Well, no, it's a joke. It was never, it was actually never, it was just painted there for the movie. When the Merrill the Merrill store that was owned by the G family, it was pretty much the only mercantile in Carrollton, and it sold everything from clothes to grain and feed and farm equipment and all that. When it started making a lot of money and Carrollton started growing, the G family then came and opened up the JJG and Sons. You never could walk in this store and you would always see a white man and a black man standing there playing checkers. And of course they passed away, but they still leave it there today. Lynn Moody, Chuck Connors, Della Reese. It was an all-star cast, but they and you'll watch the movie and you'll see all of Carrollton in it too. But the big courthouse scene was upstairs, and you can see
Nice.
the whole courthouse upstairs.